Hello, welcome to Night's Arcade. I'm Sleepless Night. We're back in Hardspace Shipbreaker. Regular viewers might notice that there's something slightly different. Last night, while sat on my nice, huge, massive, comfy office chair that I usually use for gaming in, and doing everything in fact. I even sleep in it sometimes. So last night, it finally, quite a while ago, the gas cylinder gave out, which quite often does happen in those chairs that go up and down, you know, the risey, up and downy ones. So that quite often does happen. I've had it happen to a few chairs. Usually they'll replace it if it happens soon enough. But I've had that chair for years. And the gas cylinder started to leak, right, as they sometimes do. So it started to slowly sink a while ago. So I got these little plastic collars to keep it up, right? So that it can't collapse any further and it stops the gas cylinder from going down. But eventually, whether you do that or not, the pillar in the middle, eventually it leaks enough that the pillar just collapses. So you've got these plastic things stopping it from going up and down, and the pillar in the middle, right? But eventually the pillar just collapses. And of course, then the chair goes crunch and all that. So unfortunately, I've had to order a new gas cylinder this time. The plastic things didn't work. So I've to throw that out. Throw those out, and the chair's in the garage waiting for the arrival of the new gas cylinder. So I'm in Amkey's chair now, which is fairly sort of upright and a bit less lazy fat bastard than mine. So how are you? Good evening, Bunny. How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Here, I have a Norm. Norm. Right. What we're gonna do today, I mean, you know, shit breaking, I guess, but I'm kind of hoping the story moves along a bit. It's weird. I think what's frustrating about it is that I've played all the way through the story now. Like so many times, I've played through the first act, I've played through the first, and I reset, and I played through the first two acts twice on two different things, and it reset. And it, you know, then I've played it through on two other accounts on this one, and it seems to progress at a pace that's fairly predictable. So I know when, more or less, things are going to happen. But then when I played this playthrough on stream, it's not... I don't know why. It's not really playing through at the same speed. Stuff seems to be happening in different orders, so I don't know. It's weird, I tell you. It's not natural. Don't worry, I'll move the screen up a bit. I've messed with the camera a little bit. We'll see. I don't know. It's just not as comfortable as mine, but it's probably better for my back. Although Amkey's the one in the house with the bad back, so I don't know how that's probably... Maybe that's not true. Upgrade me. Oh, look. Oh, yeah, look. I've got class 3s on a lot of these stickers, so I can upgrade them to a holographic version of the sticker. Yay. Upgrade that. That means I've done all... Once you upgrade it, it means you've done all these things several times. But I'm sick of seeing that 15 new stickers thing on you. On my little screen. There we go. Let's upgrade the Lynx one. Yeah. Yeah. Upgrade me. Boop. Thank you. Oh my god, I got loads. Oh, I got 2 upgrades for that one. I've done that so many times. I've got 2 holographic stickers. I don't know what the point of that is. There isn't one that I'm aware of. Oh, we got the holographic drinky winky one now. Oh, and a holographic mini-me. Several of those. It's efficiency for you, baby. Holographic one for the Atlas. Alright, am I gonna... So let's put some of these stickers on. You know, because I'm all about living my best life. Let's stick that on. I don't know why I would want to, but let's do it anyway, shall we? Just for shits and giggles. What have we got? Alright, we got one of those. The class 1 sticker on here somewhere. No, there we go. The aluminium one. What about We haven't got any of the furnace god ones because I haven't been killed by the furnace. Not once. Seems like a bit of an oversight on my part. Oh, here we go. Let's put some of these on. I like putting the ship ones on. No, you tit. And the gecko. Whee. Alright, there we go. We're done with that. What do you mean? Oh, no, go away. Right, let's check the equipment. All the equipment seems fine. All the equipment seems right as rain. So, oh wait, let's have a look what we need for the armadillo. Soft on the inside, crunchy on the outside. Armadillo. 2 more ranks to get my last ship unlock. I don't know what that is. Stargazer, maybe? Where do we get that one? Salvage runner? I don't know. So we've still got over $1 billion in debt. No surprises there. Nothing particularly shocking about that. Here we go. Right, so we need filters. That's it. And without actually putting the other filter in, I can't see what the next thing is, so... Let's see. Let's see what we've got. Ooh. Drinky. No. Ooh. So we've got a level 8 Stargazer Gecko there. An Exolab Mackerel. Javelins. What's on the Stargazer? Really? So, no! Enough with the goddamn atlases and the javelins. Can't you put filters on anything else? There. Mackerel Station Hopper. Simple, straightforward way to start the day. The Rising Neptune. Let's go with that. Let's go with that, shall we? Yep, okay, refilled all my tethers and everything last time, so we're good. Whee! Boing.
Salvage deposit registered.
Ugh. Will you hold still? Wow. Yep, I obviously need the practice today. Let's go see if we got anything on the arse end that needs removing. Nope. The cells are from the inside, obviously, because we're not at the training wheels stage anymore. Oh look, it's not none of it's pressurized. Look at that, not a single section of the ship is pressurized. I like that. Which means we don't need that. Boing. Right.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Jolly good. What we got there? Dampener. Right. Let's tether some of these to remove them. That didn't remove that, did it? Okay. Tether that. Remove that light. Just because sometimes they're sort of in the way a bit when you do this. And then we'll start, actually. Oops. Not like that, we don't. Stop it! We'll start by melting off these doors and things. Not the wall. To make all this stuff flow more easily out of the chamber when I remove it. There we go. Just melt those off. Wow. Not in the zone today. Not in the zone at all. Not today. I'm not. Ooh, right. Yeah, watch your line when you're cutting near soft crates and stuff. Because, it's all very well and good saying, well, look, that's my aim onto the... Come back. Come on back. Nope. Data drive. And before I start blasting all of this stuff away, I should probably find out where that filter is, shouldn't I? Because that is the kind of thing I do. I'm like, I get this ship because there's a filter on board this one. Oh, there it is. That's fairly straightforward. Yes, thank you, Shippy. I know. Thanks for the heads up, though, buddy. It's nice that that's kind of integrated into your helmet, I guess, if you like that sort of thing. Oh, crap. See? Look at that. Oh, let's get rid of that before it sets fire to anything else. Nope, too late. It set fire to everything else. Come on. God damn it. Should get rid of those before they set fire to the seats. See, that was sloppy. And that's what happens. Oh, let's go into the furnace now. That's what happens. You get sloppy, and it's all over. Well, it could have been. That wasn't particularly dangerous, but, you know. Could easily been something a lot more dangerous. Oh, no, that's the wrong... No. Oh, idiot. That's 28,000 credits I'll not see again. See, look, I am not concentrating. Quick, SK, think of an excuse. No, don't cut that off. Oh, release the thruster before we cut off the power. Narrowly avoided making yet another mistake. It's too early in the day for making these kind of colossal errors. No, don't cut that one yet, because we need to remove the... Nope. Not that. Oh no, we can remove that one. It's the top section I can't remove. Okay. Bottom panel. Bottom panel. Oop. Remove that. Oink. Okay. Shit, I'm trying to cut through there. There we go. Yep. Cut. And cut again. Right. So now, this time, send that to the right place. On the bottom. Oh, for God's sake. It's like a Monday morning at any job, isn't it, really? You're like not really in the zone again yet, are you?
Valuable object accepted.
It's Monday, isn't it? So that's my excuse. Monday morning. Not quite in the zone. Oh dear, cockpit's already drifting. What's caused that to change? Okay. Crappy ass physics again. Boing! Right, okay. So now we're gonna looks like just... Oh, there's Mordred. Look, SK and everyone. I don't think there's... Well, it does say we've got 5 viewers, but I don't know about everyone. But it's good to see you, Mordred. Here, have a norm. No!
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
Not that that's entirely surprising with the viewers. If you listen to anyone who actually does this, quite often, you know when you do like a Let's Play series of something, or a campaign,
Credits awarded.
like a playthrough, there's almost like a rule to it, that the first 2-3 episodes,
Account
you're fine, and then after that, like, viewership of it drops off. Which is great. But, you know, when you're trying to succeed, like, as a content creator of any kind, but in particular, like, streaming, and they're like, so your regular viewers will say, I don't care what you play, I just show up for you.
deposit confirmed.
Which is lovely words of support, but patently false when you play a game, the same one, over and over again, eventually, you know, viewership drops off, because that's what happens. You know, people don't tend to want to watch the same thing over and over again. But then, when you talk to like a lot of successful content creators, like properly successful ones, you'll get a lot of them saying, well, and you can see it as well, that it does work to some degree. Like Roxy is a prime example. You know, if you're niche, a very sort of niche content creator or streamer, it is a faster way, often a faster way to sort of find success. But it takes a lot more work, you know, because you've got to come up with interesting content for one game, or, you know, just 2 or 3 games forever, which is really tough. So, you know, I decided not to be that kind of a content creator a long time ago, especially when I started the gaming channel. I'm also not very good at sticking to be honest. I haven't got the self-discipline to stick to one thing over and over again. But there's a weird kind of paradox to it. A weird kind of paradox. Because it's like... Oh, I thought I loosened it. Did I not? Oh no, because of the... Right. Let's get rid of that. Yoink. There we go. Put that down there.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Yeah, there's a weird kind of paradox to it, because... Wait a second. Did that actually... So, I was wondering why the... Yeah, there's a weird kind of paradox to it, because on the one hand, like, niche streamers tend to be the most successful, certainly the most successful the most quickly. You know, those who become associated with a certain game or doing that over and over again. And yet, even those who are niche streamers, like, for example, Danny, right? ESO.
Ship's got about 5 minutes left in her.
Right, you listen to him and he'll tell you that he doesn't do playthroughs very often anymore, because he tends to get a drop-off of his viewers after about the 3rd episode or so. So he tends not to do a lot of playthroughs. But, you know, of course he is a niche channel. So again, you see the paradox even within his channel is that he became successful by doing the same thing over and over again. But if he does the same thing over and over again, people stop watching. The life of a content creator. Vitali! Welcome, my friend. Welcome back. You can have a norm now. There you go. You're definitely a regular by this point, I'd say. Right. Here we go. What did he say? 5 minutes, didn't he? Oh, crap. I never disengaged the... Well, shit. Well, balls, Marjorie. That simply won't do at all. That's a weird setup. What? Oh, there you go. There it is. There's the little bastard hiding behind there. Go away. Damn you. Right. Look at this. See, told you, it's Monday morning syndrome. Like at any job. Monday morning, you're just forgetting everything. You're not quite in the zone. You're like, oh yeah. How do I put this phone together? But like Wednesday, you're just about in the zone, aren't you? And then Thursday comes, you're like, oh, in the week over yet. And then Friday, you're not really concentrating again anymore. There we go. Oh, I made a mess of this one, look. Not very efficient. Never mind. We'll find our mojo.
Salvage deposit.
We'll find the mojo as we go through the evening. We'll find our mojo again. We'll get back in the zone. I'll leave anything in there? No. Why am I trying to send that to there? That goes in the furnace.
Credits deposited.
Oh no, I destroyed a light. Whatever will I do now? Come on. Nothing but net. Wait a second, because this is one of them newfangled nose cones, so something will have gone awry there. What we on? 134. All right. Nope. Ooh, see, getting a bit cocky there. Getting a bit cocky there, mate. Let's shit. Flush the fuel valve. Sever the link.
One minute left till the end of the line, Cutter.
Got it. Thank you, Weaver. No, I won't. Oh, shit.
Secured.
Oh, we got that in a moment. Let's just get rid of the other one of these nacelles, because that's more important. See? Monday morning, not on the job. Should have had this done in one shift. It's only a mackerel. I mean, it's a station hopper mackerel, but still. Fuel tank. Yeah, fairly low level, not even pressurized station hopper mackerel should not take me 2 shifts. Look at that. Can you see how sloppy I'm being? Look at it. Crap. I did shut off that fuel valve. Yeah. Deary me. Oh, look, I'm trying to put my arms on the rests, look. And of course there aren't any, because my chair's in his shop. Woo! Honestly, I'm usually cooking dinner when you start streaming, so for the first 30 minutes, an hour, I'm more listening. So, no, hey, no. No, please don't think that was any sort of complaint. Like I am pleased for anybody that turns up at the stream. It's just one of those things that's like baffling to me as a streamer, particularly because streaming has only been something I've done. Wait, I can find this out because I know exactly what date I started streaming, but I can't remember what year. But I know why it was that date. So if I find out when that game released, I can tell you. Because it was January 28th, but to 2020. So, yeah, like 2.5 years. So I've been streaming 2.5 years, right? So streaming is relatively new to me, and I don't do it all that often. You know, I do it once a week now. I used to do it 3 times a week, but that was really 3 times a week. But if you remember, at one time, those of you who've been here a while, I was doing 3 streams a week and 3 videos a week. And then, you know, I really sort of burnt out and decided to step away from it for a while. So when I came back, I dropped it to 2 streams a week and then 1 stream a week, and then I wasn't making any more Let's Play videos because people just weren't watching them. The people that were watching them seemed to be enjoying them, but people just weren't watching them. But as a video YouTube content creator, I've been doing that for 15 years. 15 years I've been making YouTube content. It's just streaming that's fairly new to me. So, you know, also because I'm not, you know, I don't stream more than 1 day a week and that sort of thing. And also because I don't do a lot of this other streamer things that, you know, streamers do, which, you know, spend this many points to wear a funny hat. If I get to this point, I'll bark like a dog. That's how I've been doing all that. So, watch quite a few of your game reviews. Golden stuff. Great humour. Love the Kingdom Come one. Any plans for more? Yes, I'm actually working on one. Right now. And you can probably, even if I do that without the lag, so I can see what I'm doing, probably even see what it is. See? Look. Shipbreaker Ultimate Review is the one I'm currently working on. But yeah, and I really want to get that out before we move, and it takes me about a month to make them, and I've only just started writing it, so yeah, I kind of was gone through this thing where I feel like I've lost my mojo a little bit and trying to sort of find my way back to it. Like story content, I really want to make more story content, but I don't know if anybody else know Hot Tub Gaming. No. Hey, Gegs needs a norm. No. See, Gegs have been watching my stuff for quite a while. Ooh. No hot tub gaming. Yeah, I mean, you know, I've talked about this many times, but I don't know if any of you create content or do anything sort of creative, you know, I don't know, paint, play guitar, that, you know, whatever it is, sing, write. And there's a weird thing that happens, particularly to me. My brain really sort of turns in on itself. If I was making Let's Plays, right, I was making 3 a week and for years, and nobody really was watching them. I was getting a couple of 100 views, but that's not really enough for the videos to justify, because whereas my Ultimate Reviews get hundreds of thousands. But the reviews, like, I like the video editing process, but I don't, you know, I never set out to make reviews. That's not really what I wanted to do. I did it because my Kingdom Come Ultimate Review, which Vitaly mentioned there, was what launched the gaming channel. So I've been making all kinds of different content on YouTube. I'd been doing it for 11 years. Then I decided to make a dedicated gaming channel, because I did make some gaming videos over on the Sleepless Night channel, my other channel, or one of my other channels, which is still there, and a lot of that gaming content from Elite Dangerous is still there. But when I made the when I started the gaming channel in 2018, in February 2018, when Kingdom Come released, I started the gaming channel based on that one game. And I did a playthrough of it and stuff like that. And then when I made the Ultimate Review, I uploaded it, and then we went off to Sweden, and while we were to visit my wife's relatives, and while we were there, I just kept getting notification after notification. I was like, what the hell? When I went away, I had 26 subscribers. And we only went away for about 3-4 days. When I came back, I had 500 subscribers. After about another week, I think I had 1,000. And, like, I don't know, what, 6 months later or 3 months later, or however long it was, I had like 10,000 subs, and it just got crazy from there. So people obviously wanted the reviews, and so I started making them, but I don't make very many. Because I don't kind of want that to be my business. I like role playing and telling stories. But the weird thing that my brain does is I can do that, all thanks to the KCD review and community around it. Yeah, absolutely, quite right. They've been a great KCD community. Have been really good to me and to everybody, and to Roxy, and, you know, to everybody who's involved in it. They're a really friendly, lovely community. And, you know, most of my community's been built from there, from the Kingdom Come Deliverance side of things. But, you know, Roxy went the niche way for a long time. She just became a Kingdom Come Deliverance channel, and I decided I didn't want to do that. So, but yeah, if I'm making Let's Plays, and all of a sudden a story element occurs to me, or I start doing a silly voice, all of a sudden I'll create a character in my head, and then I'll start making several videos about that character. But then when I say I'm going to retire from Let's Plays videos altogether, and now I'm going to make story videos, then my brain goes, wait a minute, now they just came naturally before, and I did them when I want to, but now you've said you're going to just make story videos, and that's... So now, of course, my brain's gone, I don't know how to do that, because that's what my brain does. I'll get my mojo back, I'm confident. Like I said, I've been making content on YouTube for 15 years, so I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. But definitely going... But especially with all this house move stuff.
You will be successful.
You know, it's just awful. It's like a massive strain, because, you know, we knew that we were going to have to move twice in fairly short succession, so we moved to a house that was too small. So we're all cramped. This is the living room, and my audio booth, which you can't see, but there's my audio booth is massive. It takes up half the living room for my voiceover work. Anyway, enough rambling. Stellar Commission. Owner Fowler Gertrude. Historian. Found on right. No, on the rising Neptune. Stellar Commission. Okay, we're not gonna.
Hi, it looks like you're trying to operate on your ship. Would you like help with that?
Yeah. Sweet.
Work.
Nice.
I'd be proud.
Yeah. So, now. I mentioned before, and earlier at this stream, and I'll quite often, last stream, I was talking about how the story has not progressed at the same rate that it has done in my other 2 private playthroughs since the full 3-act story came along, right? So I said it hadn't progressed at the same rate, and I couldn't understand why. I now think, looking at this, I think I know why. I think it is because I think the story progression is linked to this. I think it's linked to the armadillo. Right? Is this what became of Clippy from William? Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what they based it on. Clippy, yeah. Hey, would you like some help with that? So yeah, I think it's based on. I think it's linked to this. So if you look here, right, can you see where getting towards gate ready? So this is how far we've got with it, and we're currently working on this. And I think, judging by what happened on the last couple of instances, what I had done differently is I was much more intent and focused, because there's a certain story element that occurred that I saw happen when there were only 2 acts. So way before the game released, when there were only 2 acts, and it occurred at the end of Act 2, right? And once I knew that was going to happen, when I restarted the story again when it had full 3 acts, I rushed trying to get the armadillo finished. On both my other playthroughs, I rushed trying to get the armadillo finished before this story thing happened. And now I'm thinking that there is no way to do that, because when I've been doing it on stream, I've been a bit more relaxed about finding all the components for the armadillo, right? But I think that's what slowed the story down. I think the story elements that occur only happen once you get the armadillo repaired to about here or here, right? So I think once we've done these next 2 bits, if my theory is correct, you'll see the story elements change and you'll see the things happen, and that's why the story's moving more slowly, because I'm repairing the armadillo more slowly. So I think it must be linked to how far I've got with repairing this. So let's try to get it finished a little bit faster. Distributors and wires, which means we've kind of got to be a bit more selective what ships we choose. Distributors and wires. I'll have forgotten that by the time I've repaired my equipment. You watch. Upgrades. Have we got any? We don't even need that. Scanner, work suit. Work suit upgrades are one of the last ones I do, because I don't have, believe it or not, I don't actually have all that many accidents. Famous last words. You know what's going to happen now, of course. So let's let wow, that was an expensive. All right, let's see what happens. I don't even know whether I can be bothered finishing that off, knowing that I'm not going to... Well, there are wires on board, I guess. Provided I haven't already thrown it all away. Distributor and wires. What else we got that's got distributors on? Station hopper gecko. Ooh. That's got wires and a filter. That wasn't there before. A bloody atlas. Not a javelin, no. No, so it looks like we're going for the gecko station hopper next. How many distributors do we need? 2 of each, 2 wires, 2 distributors. No, 1 distributor.
Doctor,
2 lots of wires. So if we finish this and if we can manage to find the wires, then if there's 1 each on the station hopper gecko, we should be able to do that. Right. Now we've got a plan. Nerd. I am indeed, yeah. That is correct.
Welcome to Vindatron 9000.
I know you assert that proudly, Gigs, because I know that we're both in the same boat on that. And I've seen you with your Farkle tournaments. I don't think I haven't seen it. I'm proud of it, yeah. Too right. Clippy started life in office. Oh, I see. See, you weren't even calling me a nerd. Oh, well, yeah, in that case, I take it back. I'm not a nerd, aren't you, children? No, don't do that. Those fuel lines. I know they're empty, but you've seen that this game can sometimes be a little unpredictable, so... Let's just calm down, everybody, calm down. Whoa! Okay. Ugh. The fuel line is still connected, SK. You stupid, stupid boy. Right, so in these ones, in the early ones of these are all separate units, and they are still. But when you've got fuel lines connected, you can either torch through these, the connections. If I torch through that, then I'd be able to pull that away because they're connected here in the little bits to the hull, to the superstructure. But I don't want to do that because if you leave it all connected, as you'll see in a moment, it's easier to send it all... Wait, yeah, it's easier to send it all into the processor. So now that is all one unit. One really, really big, fat, happy unit. Right? Absolute unit. So now, if I do this, we should be able to just pull that whole side away in one go. See? And then I haven't got to send in loads of separate little pieces. And we're done. We take that fuel canister out.
Credits transferred.
Watch this. I'll get it hung up on the side of the damn furnace now. As usual. No, I think we'll be alright.
Salvage deposited.
I think we'll be okay. And I also haven't looked for these wires, have I? Oh, no. The power junction box has got a fuse in it, no wires. And that is a dampener. Anybody see any pink bits? Oh, forget I said that. I don't know. Okay. No, I think we might have missed the wires. I might have screwed that up. Is anybody shocked? No. Oh, that's sure is heavy when you do it that way, though.
We're processing.
Whee! Hey, Dwight! Get this in a norm, lad. Get this in a norm. Right. Oh, we can't take apart consoles.
Accepted. Credits applied.
And definitely not battery pack.
Salvage goal obtained.
So there were some loose wires on here somewhere. I can't take that apart because it's already wrecked. The atmo regulator is already broken. Oh, crap.
Applying credits.
Bollocks. Well, bloody hell. We got the other console. Yep. Oh, I'm going to take that fuel anyway because there's nothing lost by taking it. Oh, there's one. Nothing lost by taking it with me. Pretty sure I can't.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Yeah, no, I can't take anything out of the junction box except the fuses. All right, well, let's. If I have.
Processing valuable deposit.
Because it's a loose component like wires, they're probably still floating around out here somewhere. Let's get all this
Secured.
tugged into the furnace and then we'll.
All salvage.
Yes, yes. There it goes. What's that? Bottle. Gotcha. Don't think we're gonna find those wires. Pretty sure they've gone. Yeah. I can't see any little pink components anywhere. Well, gosh darn. Yep, alright, forget that. Let's go back inside. That's all done. Do, 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 do. Mordred, Gigs, Bunny, and the talky guy with the camera on. Yes, Twitch streamer I followed does live Farkle tournaments. Yes, I know. I follow him also. I just don't actually watch streamers actually very often at all. I just don't. Usually, if I'm watching a streamer, either it's a dev stream, something that I want to catch, some change that they're making, or it's someone that follows me and also streams, and I kind of just want to show support in return for the support they've shown me. But generally, I don't watch other streamers at all. It's just not. I can quit anytime. Yeah, for those regulars, look, my big chair has gone. I'm on Amki's little chair because the gas pillar collapsed finally. I did a temporary fix, but eventually, as I was explaining earlier on, my temporary fix was to buy these little plastic clip collars like that, so that when the gas cylinder starts to run out, the leak, the gas cylinder that keeps your chair up, on the riser thing, eventually it sort of starts to collapse. So you put plastic collars so that it can only go so far down. But eventually, all that does, that's when there's pressure still in the pillar that keeping it up, that will stop it from falling back down under your weight. But when enough of it leaks out, eventually that pillar just falls right out. I really hope no one was watching any of that without the sound on, because it doesn't look right, does it? Difficult now because so many people I follow have started streaming. Yeah, I mean, a lot of that happened during COVID as well. Like during COVID, so many people who didn't stream started streaming. But I've talked about this with the guys when we've been playing together. And I've said, it's one of the problems is that, a lot of my community, they've shown me so much support over the years. And bear in mind, when the community that we have now, what we still refer to a lot of the time as the Kingdom Come Deliverance community, which has grown into a larger community for me around the games that I play, and a larger community for Roxy, again, the other games that she started to play, like Mafia series and Star Citizen and stuff like that. But the community actually, the little community that we share, me and Roxy, kind of started. It actually started with me, Roxy, and Alex. Alex, who is Henry of Scalets on Twitter, who doesn't really make much content anymore, but he used to. He used to make a lot. When Kingdom Come Deliverance first came out, he used to make a lot. And then he made some Red Dead Redemption stuff, but he doesn't really make any anymore. And I think he did do a couple of streams. But then, of course, Roxy and I had this kind of, for a while, we had this sort of race, subs race, where we were like one of us was pulling ahead of the other and stuff like that. And we've always tried to support one another. But then Roxy, of course, she just took it and ran and made me look like a joke. just went off the scale, and that's, you know, she's become much, much bigger now. But that's, you know, she's absolutely deserving of that. She's one of my favorite. She's a good friend of mine and one of my favorite people. One of my favorite people, full stop. She's just brilliant. She is awesome. There's no wonder she's got such a loyal community. She's great. But yeah, the guys and I were talking about it, and I said, well, you know, there was a period we went through when I started streaming, and KZ started streaming at the same time, and then COVID hit, and like, you know, Kitty went back to streaming, and HJ started streaming. Pilot was streaming for a while. HJ started streaming. Somebody else, I can't remember. Somebody else from the community, I can't really remember at the moment. And eventually, you know, I was just like, and they all started Discords, and I find Discord confusing enough. Even just keeping up to tabs with my own Discord, I find confusing enough. So I stopped joining other people's Discords. But I do try to jump into streams now and again to show support for the people who've supported me, because I think that's only right. And I will, of course, you know, send anybody their way, but, you know, my stream following isn't really as big as my YouTube video, edited video following, so there's not a lot I can do to help people, really, but I try my best with what little we have. So, yes, I've got to remind myself what I needed again, because that's the way my brain doesn't work.
Hey there, I'm Shippy. I'm here to help you get this ship healthy again.
Good. Distributor and wires. 2 wires, 1 distributor. Which we had. There's a... there might be another ship now. I hope. God damn. So the distributor and wires were on the station hopper. Gecko. Oh, feck. Yeah, there's a station hopper gecko. Or I can do a ghost atlas. No. Not interested. I've shown you guys ghost ships before, right? They're not very interesting. But if I'm going to do one, it'll be a mackerel. If I do I'm going to do a ghost strip on... Strip? Ghost strip. Oh, sometimes I just see pictures. Ghost strip, nice. Wonder how popular that would be as a club. Right, let's do this station hopper gecko. Bit of a pain, but it should push us up a couple of levels as well. Sorry for the short visit. Got to go. Crazy world out there. Take care. Yeah, I assume you're at work, Dwight. Anyway, thank you very much for dropping in, buddy. Always a pleasure. I've not been interested in streaming much. I just watch YouTube videos. Yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube videos. Lots and lots. And a wide variety of. They're not like just gaming videos. I watch tons and tons and tons of stuff on... A lot of it, like woodworking and all sorts of different, like, restoration videos, and I watch it, and lots of movie YouTube stuff because I'm a massive movie nerd. But I don't watch streamers. I've never been much of a streamer watcher. The only reason I started streaming at all was partly for, you know, the community back and forth. That partly because a few people asked me, like my followers on my YouTube videos, asked me if I was going to start streaming. And secondly, because I realized that after years of making Let's Plays, it was a bit pointless. Nobody watched Let's Plays videos anymore. Like they used to, but nobody watches Let's Plays really anymore. Because if they want to watch someone play a game, they just go and watch it live on stream so they can, you know, have that back and forth with the chat. So I decided that streaming would eventually take the place of my Let's Plays, and it has to an extent. But, you know.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000.
Oh, I don't need any more tethers just yet. We don't need to do that yet. We don't need no stinking badges. Okay, big ass station hopper gecko. Have you heard from Casey or Kitty much recently? Hope they're both okay. That's probably a conversation for another time. I'll message you. And we'll chat.
Airlock depressurizing.
Right. So when I'm making a new video, like a review, a lot goes through my head all the time. So sometimes I get my brain. So I have a brain fart and forget I'm on stream because I'm looking at a thing, going, "Oh, I need this. I need a shot of that for the video." If I just I'll go back out and then I'm like, "No, you're streaming. Forget that. You do that at a later time." Right. So we need an Atmo regulator because I don't know if you remember, I did one of these last week. And it behaved a little bit weirdly because I did something fairly harmless. I think it was something to do with the ECU, and it, for some reason, depressurized the entire ship, even though I didn't breach the hull. So that's a bit of a pain in the ass, and we're going to try to find an atmospheric regulator. Right, there's a filter, but that's not what I'm after. I want to oh man, that's too busy. There's something in there. What is that? That is a heatsink. There's an atmo regulator there, but I have a funny feeling that's going to just shut that door and decompress this chamber. Watch. Oh no, we're all right.
Air pressure level.
It shut that door, but I expected that, and I bet it shut that. Yes, look at that. Shut that middle door. Right. So now the problem now is that if I hate station hoppers, not as much as salvage runners, but I do not like them. Watch this.
Airlock pressurizing.
Right, there we go.
Airlock pressurizing.
See, airlock's pressurized. We've only got one airlock. We need to depress the airlock.
Airlock depressurizing.
Thank you. We can leave that to its own devices. It'll do its thing fairly safely. And right. There we are. Ooh. I think that's a Tiber poster I don't have. I've got that one, but let's get it off the damn ship. Right, now we need to go into the outer hull. And make sure we've depressed all of that. That's the ECU room through there. Okie dokie. Shut off the thrusters. By the way, because I always do this, because I always shut the thrusters off when the ship is depressurized, I always depressurize the ship. It's like the first thing I do. Because I always... what they did before, and they kind of got rid of it to an extent because it made the game difficult, was they made all atmospheric regulators inoperable above a certain rank. So you had to figure out some other way to decompress the ship. But because of the crazy physics... In fact, I should probably even go outside and make sure, because that might well have tilted this, it might well have tilted the ship way off kilter there. Hey, Supop's back. You can have a Norm. Look, there you go, buddy. Welcome. How are you? Yeah, it might have twisted the ship all off kilter, but because of the crazy physics, it made things a little bit difficult, and stuff was exploding. And the thing is, once you get to the higher hazard level ships with lots of crap on board, the cargo ships with asteroid chunks and about 3 dozen fuel tanks and large asteroid chunks, if you decompress the ship, explosive decompression, you fling those asteroid chunks all over the place, and the coolant pipes and fuel pipes and coolant tanks and nuclear reactors all over the place, and it can all go horribly wrong. So because, you know, there were some things you could do to mitigate that to some extent, but for the most part, it created a lot of problems. And so they changed it a bit. So there are still a lot of problems at higher ranks with depressurization, but not as bad as it used to be. Now, but because I always decompress the ship before I deactivate the thrusters, you quite often can't hear, because we're in a vacuum, so you can't hear all the little alarms and sirens that go off telling you shouldn't be doing this. Because the sound don't travel through a vacuum, so you can't hear it once the air pressure is gone. Right. Let's remove that. Send it down there. That was nearly a bleeding disaster. Whoop, there we go.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Let's get rid of this other thing. Let's get these other nacelles before I start cutting the ship apart. Before I start doing all the inner hull, because otherwise I'll forget they're there and I'll get into all kinds of trouble. Ooh, ah!
Salvage registered.
Oh.
Transferring credits.
Okay. Whoopsie. Boom. Right. Now we can start to do the fun bit and separate all the chunks of the hull. Let me just get rid of these tail pieces first. For which I always forget. There's always one cut point somewhere that I neglect. I think we're good there. You know, with these things, the problem is you never know. There's something. Have you forgotten a cut point, or is there somewhere? And this is quite often the case. These ones, for example, they used to have a little tiny. You know those tiny circular lights that are worth nothing that you see along the inside of the hill. They used to have one there, and that was enough to hold these 3 massive chunks together. Stupid stuff. No, can't get that off. Right. Let's see if they'll come away with tethers. Should do, but you just never know. Well, the tether lifetime on these now, I think, is about 10 minutes, so I think we should be good as long as we can get in there and yeah, I've clearly forgotten a cut point somewhere. I don't know where. All right, let's cut away. Let's cut that. And then the top one, if there is one, it's in a similar spot. Got those. No, goddamn, that's an aluminium panel. Shit. Oh, there we go. Oh, coolant line. Don't cut the coolant line. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they're all away now. There they go. There they go. We're good. And boom, look at that. Oh, no, come on. Nearly got them all in one hit. I don't know why. Do not ask me why I get so excited about that. But going down an entire line of cut points, the whole length of a ship. Look at that, in one. Oh, why do I always miss that end one? Ugh. Okay. Oh no, I destroyed a light. Whatever will I do? One on the end. Boost. Oh, there's a rod there, a piston or something. There we go.
Cutter,
Yes.
you're looking at roughly 5 minutes left in this shift.
Wow. You know, sometimes you're really predictable, Weaver. Anybody ever tell you that? Sometimes, but shit.
Destroyed. Please refrain from damaging salvage.
No. Oh, I hope I didn't need that. Oh shit! Yeah, it caused a. Great. God knows how I did that. I haven't got a clue. Because I used the stinger precisely so I wouldn't do that, but never mind. Now, this being a gecko station hopper is quite large, so I need to make sure. I need to get outside soon. It's all very well going and cutting all this and then going and peeling the thing like an onion, but with it being as big as it is, a lot of these components are hanging in front of the furnace, so which is not ideal. No. There's that aluminium panel again. Can't do that. Those waste disposal units need to they're processor items, I think. So and they're a bit of a. There we go. All right, we're good. We're good. That should do it. Shit! No! 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 You bastard!
Valuable component lost. Be more careful.
Yeah, I know. I really, really should be more careful, shouldn't I? Told you, I've got Monday morning fever today. Like, I've got my mojo. Everything's feeling a bit sloppy and not really working. Boom. Boom.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Should go. There we go. Daisy chain those damn things. Right, come on. Sorry, I would tether this, but I need it to give all those pieces a little kick. There we go.
Awarded.
There we go. Right, now let's get rid of that keel. This one keel always causes me a pain. Causes me pain. Okay. There we go. I'm sure they've made that a little bit easier. Those keels used to go all over the place when you'd fire them into the processor. The really long sections.
Valuable object.
Okay.
Awarded.
What are we on? 1 minute.
Look sharp, Cutter. 1 minute left on the clock.
Keep up. Weaver, I just said that.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Nope. Ugh, that was stupid. Ugh. Got another Jack Me Up sticker, of course, for that, but didn't really want one. Wasn't all that bothered about getting another one of those, to be honest. The Jack Me Up thing, by the way, you get that sticker for travelling at a certain speed. If you travel past a certain speed, which of course you do if you do stupid things like I just did, and no, don't daisy chain it. Nope. Ah, crap. Just chilling. Good. That's what we like. A bit of. Oh, I keep going. I keep going to put my arms on the, rest my arms on the arms of the chair, and because I lean on them quite often to adjust myself, like the lazy bastard that I am. But there are no arms on this chair. God. Hopefully next week we'll be back in the old chair. Although this one is a bit better in hot weather because it lets all the air from the fan through because it's got nothing obstructing it here. And of course this is a cloth one. It's not made of vinyl as the other one is. I think it's actually supposed to be leather, but
Hello,
I'm not convinced that it is.
Overnight genetic backup complete. Pattern deviation nominal.
Well, thanks. Right, hopefully we need to get to start buying some of our equipment so that we don't have to rent it anymore. I think that starts at level 19. Have we got anything to put on this damn ship? Have we got a data drive? Data drive? No. Tug crew deorbiting asteroid 4110 to the surface of Mars to be mined. Nice. I don't think we have any of those components because I haven't picked up any of them from inside that ship yet. Fortunately, the interior hull is all still intact, so we won't have lost anything. Because, not like the mackerels, where I'm worried that if I haven't picked it up early enough, I've blasted it through the barge or out into space or something by firing something else out, because there's no interior and exterior hull on the mackerels. It's all one component. So once you take off the roof and the floor, you're exposed to space, which is not the case with the geckos. Right, let's go see when... So 19 I can purchase my cutter, but it'll cost me 255 LT. Which I ain't got right now. The grapple is level 18. It cost me 207. Thrusters... Oh, fuel capacity on my thrusters. Maybe I should increase that. Cross-spectrum scanner I can buy at level 20. Oh, what? Wait, when was the thrusters? Level 18. 133 LT, so that's not too bad. And a helmet at level 19 for 159, and the work suit 175. Demo charges at level 20 for 205. I should purchase this really because I'm not really spent nearly enough time. Let's purchase the thruster fuel upgrade. Okay, let's get back to work. The dreaded phantom armrests can be a pain. Yes, quite. Yeah, in this heat though, you're back and up against that leather, vinyl, whatever it is,
Valuable deposit.
finish.
Credit transferred.
It's not ideal. It's not ideal.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Did I?
All cleared. Rewards allocated.
Okay. Okay. Come on. Sort your life out. And that. Right, see, like here, I've mentioned this before, but see here, this is comprised of... Not is comprised of, so, wait.
Deposit accepted for processing.
So we've got nanocarbon, those two sections of that panel are nanocarbon, and this is aluminium. Now, you can cut through this aluminium panel, so you can separate them, but you can't cut through the nanocarbon beams. So you'd have to make two more cuts here and here. You would probably lose about a third of this aluminium panel anyway, and it's not worth enough. So when you get a thing that's like that, even if it was the opposite way round, even if you've got 1/3 of this panel was aluminium and the other, or even if one third of it was nanocarbon and 2/3 of it were aluminium, you would still send it to the processor simply because if you've got to make a choice, nanocarbon is worth loads more than aluminium. So when you're going for pure value, nanocarbon all the way, baby.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
Oh, what are you stuck on? What? Oh, for God's sake. Take that chimney stack, because that's got to go to the barge anyway. Fume chute. Right. Now,
Salvage secured.
that should actually move away from there, I
Valuable
believe.
object processed. Credits awarded.
Is it doing? Almost impossible to tell. No farking clue. No idea. Alright, let's do that. Let's clear this top off a bit. Let's get rid of these. And some of the keels and crap that are just kicking around.
Salvage deposit secured.
Rid of that.
Credits awarded.
Keel into the processor.
Salvage gold. Rewards assigned.
That needs to go in there before it gets tugged into the furnace by accident. That's processor fodder.
Object accepted for processing.
That's not coming away, is it? Can I wait? Let's see what happens if I grab it there. See if that makes any difference. Because you see, normally I would cut this away, but you see how it's come away? It's kind of come off kilter a bit. Which kind of tells me... Oh, look at it wobbling. No, let's loosen that. It's all going crazy. Everything's gone wrong. Ooh, boom. There we go. Yeah, that freed it up. That did it. Well, I think so. Let's see. This nose cone bit is a bit weird because the bit here with the cockpit, because they've changed the way that these are put together over time, and they've changed it several times. So every time you think you've got used to the configuration, they alter it, and suddenly it's put together in a different way. So you used to have to burn through the panels and the beams to get anything to move because it wasn't a separate. They weren't separate objects, so you had to cut them away. to get the nose cone, the nanocarbon nose cone to come away at all. And then they did a thing where they put this section in separately after you'd cut away the beams and the panels. So then the same process, but then that would all come up. Excuse me. I wondered about that because I've spent time cutting away the aluminium. Yeah, it's just not worth it. It's not worth the time. The aluminium's just not really worth enough money to make that worthwhile. It's just a waste. Yeah, so then with the nose cone, you had to go through the same process, but it would come apart differently. So once you'd loosened it, the entire front section of the cockpit would come out. So you wouldn't have to cut that out separately because it was aluminium and attached to the nanocarbon nose piece. Then they had a bit where it pulled away and you didn't actually have to cut anything. You just, once you loosened all the cut-up points on the outside, that nose cone would just come away, but it would have the cockpit parts still in it, so you'd have to remove them. Now, it's like you've got to cut some points, but not others, and it all comes... It's just weird. See, look, that's the whole section. Which is... It's not right. It's not right, man. It's not right! There we go.
Deposit accepted.
Once again, this ladder needs to come away. It's not worth anything. It's just in the way.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
See, now we've got aluminium panels that have come away separately to get rid of. Oh, crap. Didn't want to do that. Never mind. It's only an aluminium panel. It's not worth a lot.
Applying credit.
And you actually can, by the way, still retrieve stuff from the bottom of here. Eventually, see, this stuff comes away. And you never used to be able to retrieve stuff from the barge, but now you can, as long as the thing that it's attached to has been separated. So if you take the seat away, now that'll come all the way out, see? The aluminium panel will come out. I mean, it wasn't really worth that time, because the aluminium panel, firstly, is going to rebound into the processor. And it's not worth a lot anyway, so, you know. Okay.
Raw material deposited.
Oh, crap. Idiot. Ouch.
Accepted. Credit applied.
I'm going to fly down here and get rid of those this way. It's alright daisy chaining them like that, but after a while it becomes a little bit too much of a pain, so just...
Salvage secured.
where'd the other one of those go there? Okay. Let's cut off this thing before I accidentally destroy it. It wouldn't be the first time. Oh, just use the stinger. Bless you. Oh, thank you. We were... So last night, I was playing a bit of Sea of Thieves with the lads, with you know, Richard and HJ and Pilot, my little gang, and I made a joke actually. I said, like, you know, once we start doing this new group thing on the stream, which, you know, you'll see us more often on stream as a group soon. So once we start doing this new group thing, because we're playing around, right? And you kind of have to be there. I said it's only going to be a matter of time before someone says, "Why do you always give HJ such a hard time? To which I would say to those people, yeah, you play with him. Because HJ likes chaos. Right? When he's in, especially if he's in somebody else's stream, he likes chaos. He loves it, and he likes to cause it as much as possible. And while that is funny, there are times when you just want to get the job done. And when you've got like a crew dynamic going on, and one person who just won't listen to the way things ought to be done in order to get stuff accomplished, it can become kind of irritating. But I keep, like, you know, I always stress to people, look, you know, HJ is one of my best friends, and he's like, you know, any grief that I give him is only, I love him to bits. He's an awesome kid. But I was, he has, I don't know what kind of mic he has, poor HJ, but what kind of mic setup he uses for multiplayer. But when he has it too far away from his face, we can't hear him. So we're always telling him, you know, well, I used to tell him. Nowadays, he always seems to be that way. But I used to say, you know, bring the mic closer to your face so I can hear what you're on about. Can't hear a thing. If you can't turn it up, bring it closer to your face.
Accepted for processing.
So he does, but now you can hear this the whole time you're playing. I mentioned this to him last night.
You got 5 minutes left in this shift.
And he said, yeah, it's the hay fever, bless him, which I suffer from. As you can hear at the moment, I'm not to the same extent as he clearly does, but yeah. Poor HJ. Give him grief when his microphone's too far away, and give him grief when it's too close. Hey, Fran! How you doing? How are you, Fran? Oh, crap. I saw you gave the sitting duck a proper send-off in Discord. Oh, yeah, we always do that, actually. When we finish with the sitting duck at the end of the night, we always set fire to it and just play music while it slowly burns and sinks. Yeah, we always do that. Only last night, actually, because we ran so late trying to get a job done. Like, Richard had gone and Pilot had gone. And it was only just me and HJ. It was the only two left. But HJ was obviously, you know, because he was working today, bless him. So he had to, like, really run off. And he said, right, I'd love to sit here and give the duck the traditional send-off, but I can't. I'm out of time. I've got to go. So he just threw a few firebombs and left. And I sat there on my own on the jetty with my little hurdy-gurdy, giving it a... But yeah, we always do that. That's how we always send off the sitting duck. But yeah, I'm telling you, once we start, there's going to be people going, why do you always give HJ a hard time?
Salvage deposit registered.
But yeah, particularly when he's in our group, he does try really hard to create chaos. And, you know, he thinks it's hilarious. And it is funny, you know, when we all get going and having a go at each other, it is funny.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
But there was a moment last night when he wound me up a bit, and I was like, you know, people are going to start saying, why do you always give him such a hard time? Which, like, yeah, you play with him. But I do love him to pieces. Poor HJ. Hope all is good. Yes. Everything is well, thank you. We're doing okay. We're still working our way through the... Ow! And that's what happens if you don't concentrate.
To avoid damage to sensors.
Yes, to avoid damage, blah, blah, blah. Actually concentrate on what you're doing. Oh, that goes in the furnace now. Stupid boy. See, I wasn't... You see? I just reached out and went... Zip, instead of waiting for the countdown. There we go. Oh, crap. I hope there wasn't anything I needed the power for. I'm telling you, I am not with it today. Not with it.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied. Processing deposit accepted.
Let's cut that away.
Credits awarded.
Let's get rid of that. Woo. Boing.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Yes, we're well, Fran. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Good to see you. HJ showed me the ropes of Sea of Thieves the other day. Oh yeah, he told me. Actually, he told me. It was my first time playing it, and he showed me the tradition of saying goodbye to the ship at the end. Yeah. Yes. I don't know why I started doing that. I just kind of did. I just kind of did. But I think, actually, HJ... Richard, of the four of us, HJ is... I guess... Richard is the least experienced Sea of Thieves-er, because he's only been playing it a little bit, and HJ's not played a great deal of it, but he's played a fair amount with me. And Pilot's played quite a considerable amount of it with me over the years. And with his little boy as well. But there were moments. I'm going to be honest. I had moments with him yesterday. I had a few moments with HJ. A few moments. I was like, can you just not? But he does it on purpose. He loves it. He loves to see me getting all riled up about stuff. And it is funny, I guess. Right. So now, outer hull all removed. Let's...
You got 1 minute left. Time to shift your biscuits.
I wish you wouldn't say things like that, Weaver. I find that unnerving. I'm going to be honest. It's just weird. Shift your biscuits is not a saying that I'm comfortable with. Should be the cockpit on the... Oh, no.
Please pay attention.
No, it's okay. There's another room on the other side. That wasn't going to do me any good at all at any point, was it? There's another air filter there. Let's take that one, because that should just go out into space, out into the bay. Shouldn't be anything on the other side of that, but it might be attached to those seats. Yeah. There we go. There we go.
Deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
All right. I guess we're going inside. It is a great traditional send-off. Quite right, Mordred. Can't believe I haven't played it before. It's such a good game. It is. It's awesome. One of our regulars, a guy who I met because he was the first stream I ever did by myself, like just me. There was, for the majority of the stream, there's only one person there, and it was Sea of Thieves that I streamed. And this was like 2.5 years ago now. And a guy came in who I've become quite good friends with since. And, you know, regulars in my community will know him, Scrolls. But he hasn't been in here very often lately because he's unbelievably busy with stuff. But to us, like, we've all played with him at one time or another, and he's pretty much a god of Sea of Thieves. Like, if you ever come across Scrolls in Sea of Thieves, actually Eric, he'll be, if he appears in here. If you ever come across Scrolls, you're dead, really. If you see him, that's it, it's over. You might as well just set fire to your own ship and give him all your loot, because there's nothing you can do. Because he plays Sea of Thieves pretty much almost exclusively. He plays Sea of Thieves, and has done for a long time. I mean, I've played Sea of Thieves a lot for just over 4 years now. 4 years I've been playing it. And I've made a lot of videos on Sea of Thieves over the years. And a few streams. But it's like Red Dead Online and stuff like that. It's one of those games I just keep going back to. See, that's the last unlock. Ugh. Or is it? There might be one more. No, there can't be. Okay. I still don't think I've picked up any of those components. We got a message. Members and colleagues, unionization efforts with Lynx are becoming increasingly dangerous. We are seeking action taken against organisers and are unsure how long these updates will continue. Lynx has made it clear that they do not care about their workers nor about collaborating with us to improve conditions, and that they will take drastic measures to prevent change. Amid these escalating abuses of power, we have reached out to contacts in the Stellar Commission, asking them to step in and mediate discussions between salvage workers Unite and the Lynx Corporation. We'll continue to update you all on the situation for as long as we are able. Is there much to do in SOT other than digging up chests? When Sea of Thieves started, you know, I made an ultimate review of Sea of Thieves in 2019. So, like, after I'd been playing it for, like... last night I was trying to work out how long I'd been Pirate Legend for in Sea of Thieves. When I unlocked Pirate Legend. And I thought it was about 2 years now. But I made that in September 2019, and I only started making it in August 2019, after I became Pirate Legend, because I was determined not to make an ultimate review until I could reach the rank of Pirate Legend, because I couldn't really say that I played the game to its fullest until I reached that rank. So, yeah, 3 years, I guess. But when it first started in 2018, as I said in the review, there wasn't... the only things you could do were fight skeletons to retrieve their skulls and take them back to the Order of Souls and sell those. Fight other players. Deliver animals in crates, pigs, chickens, snakes. That was it, right? Or dig up gold and turn that in. That was it. So you get treasure maps, and that was all you could do. That was, you know, fight other players, dig up gold, do stuff for the Merchant Alliance, or do stuff for the Order of Souls, defeating captains and turning in skulls. That was all you could do. Since then, like, the game now, in terms of things to do, compared to 2018, is unrecognizable. Like, the reason I'm not going to sit here and list to you the things you can do is because my memory is not that great. It's like the list is almost endless now. There are all kinds of weird mess. There are tons of new places and new locations and new things and new characters and different NPCs, new outposts, new areas of the map with volcanoes and stuff like that. Frost fortresses, sunken shrines now that have sirens protecting them and stuff like that. Ocean crawlers, different flavors of skeletons, megalodons that you can tackle of different types, krakens. You can go beyond the Veil and visit the world of the damned and tackle on ghosts that come to visit now on islands, cursed mermaid statues, like, along with all the regular things. But then there are tall tales as well, which are adventures, like Goonies style adventures that you can, you know, where you have to put together puzzles and figure out what's going on and what's happening and where the story is leading you to, and you go and dig something up, or you go and find something on an ancient statue somewhere buried beneath the waves. You've got to swim through all these caves and avoid, you know, or you've got to avoid traps, or you've got to sail. You've got to put something on the bow of your ship that allows you to go beyond the shroud, which is what they call the area that encompasses the Sea of Thieves, like fog that encompasses it all. Like, you know, they've added reputation markers now. Lots of new things you can do with chests and different types. They've added the Reapers now, which is basically the PvP based element of the game. I mean, the whole game's PvP really, but they've added ways that can actually pay now. The Reapers and, like, Flameheart, who was the game's big baddie, they've now got their own story. They've added harpoon rowboats and cannon rowboats and rowboats in general. They've added cooking different foods and stuff like that, different types of cannonballs, skeleton fleets that you can sink, ghost fleets, like, it just is endless. The amount of stuff that there is to do in that game now is insane. Like, there's just so much to do that when I've been away from that game for 6 weeks, if I've not played it for 6 weeks to 2 months, there's a whole bunch of new stuff in there that I don't understand because it wasn't there when I last logged in. And I did say I'm a fairly experienced Sea of Thieves captain, really. Me and Sunday. Captain Cade will be back shortly. Once we've moved house and I start working on the stories, I have actually started capturing some footage for another Captain Cade adventure now. Are we carrying on this? Right. Continue the ship. So, yeah. Quite a lot. This bunny is heading off for an early night. SK, hopefully you get your mojo back without travelling back in time. Yeah, me too.
Gonna want to be a touch more delicate.
Oh dear. Sorry, Kai's in trouble.
So sorry. Kato, what in the hell are you doing? I'm so sorry.
Thanks, bunny. Very good of you to drop by. Always good to see you, my friend. I appreciate the support. Thanks for joining. Have a nice night.
Kato,
Talk to you later.
I need to hear this from you. You have received full Shipbreaker training, right?
Yes, I have. These ships are different. They're more complicated.
So you want to be trained on every single ship that might possibly show up in the yard? What about just basic
Well, let's go to the same place anyway.
skills? Honestly, Kato, I'm a little surprised you're even here. Hal, come on now. In management, we have a saying. Disagree and commit.
Oh, shut
You
up.
can disagree with a decision, but you must commit once it's been made. I may say disagree with your place here, Kato, but you are a Lynx Shipbreaker, and I am committed to that. Are you committed, Kato?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh,
Get back in there and try it again.
can I get the wires out of that now? Why? Let me try and extract one from ones that's on the wall. Sometimes this goes a bit wrong. No, we're alright. So we got wires out of that one. And wires out of that one. So we got our wires, but I did need a distributor. Now, somewhere in here, it says there is one. HJ currently got me hooked on Hunter Call of the Wild. I played that for a while when it first came out. But I don't know. I lost interest in it after a while. I can certainly see the appeal, but it didn't hold my interest for very long. But you know, I love that about gaming because it's one of those things. You know, we all like different things about games. Like this, as you know, most people in here know, Hardspace Shipbreaker is an obsession of mine and has been since it went into early access in June 2020. I've been making videos on it. I've been playing the game almost relentlessly in large periods of time, at least. Oh dear. This is one of the things I was talking about before. So, although this takes a long time, one of the reasons to upgrade your cutter so that you've got higher temperature resistance and things like that is so that you can melt through the floors of these bigger ships, because otherwise you're going to end up trying to drag all these seats through a tiny little hole in the side there, and it is going to take you quite a long time. But if you can just fire them all out through the bottom of the ship,
Salvage secured.
you're good.
Applying credit.
Boing! Anyway, Fran, I am very glad that you're
Deposit registered.
discovering the joys of Sea of Thieves. It's a fantastic game. Like I said, for 4 years I've been playing it, and I've spent a lot of time in it. Hundreds and hundreds of hours in Sea of Thieves.
Secured. Account credit applied.
And it's, you know, I just keep going back to it because, you know, they add so much stuff all the time. Every season in Sea of Thieves, they add a bunch of new stuff.
Salvage deposit.
I think the new season starts on July 31st. Season 7, I think. I'm part of the Insider program as well, but I can't talk about that. But, you know, there's nothing special about that. Anybody can be a Sea of Thieves Insider. You just have to install the Insider program to get a look at what's coming up. But I don't spend as much time in the Insider program as I'd like to. Simply because, like, I like whatever I'm doing in Sea of Thieves to make a difference to my main captain pirate that I've had since the very beginning. And I like it to make a difference, but of course the Insider progress you make on Insider doesn't.
Applying
It does sometimes. Sometimes there are things that you unlock, special cosmetics that you get for being part of the Insider program, but that's why I don't spend more time in it. But I do jump in every now and again just to check out what's coming up and stuff like that for myself, obviously. Not allowed to tell anybody else about it. Our good friend Scrolls, by the way, for those of you in here that know Scrolls, Scrolls has been given what Sea of Thieves is what a lot of Sea of Thievesers refer to as the funny blue hat. Let me see if I can remember this. The hat is actually called the Hat of Unfeasibly Glorious Fame. Yeah, I think. Something like that. The Hat of Unfeasibly Glorious Fame. And what you get that for, there's no way that you can buy this or earn it through the game. What you get that for is by being recognized by Rare, the developers, for doing something that promotes the game or something particularly special. Like if you get some uber achievement that you've just made up, you know, for, oh, look at this, I caught 10,000 ruby splashtails or something like that. But what Scrolls does is he has a YouTube channel on which he makes a lot of parody songs. So he takes a popular song and he rewrites it in some way to apply to Sea of Thieves. And what he did with his latest song was he did U2's Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. And it was basically, it was a parody on the amount of time it can sometimes take on the larger islands. If you're doing a riddle, because when you dig up chests and you go to islands to find gold, even if that's all you're doing, which is one of the first things that was ever there, even that, there are different ways. Sometimes you get a treasure map which has got X's on it, and sometimes you have a riddle, so you have to solve the riddle on the island to find where it is. But when you get a little X, if it's on a really, really, really large island, it's really difficult to find, because once you're on the island, there's no way. If you're in the middle of a massive island, you can be very careful about your navigation and try to look where you're going, but ultimately there's no way for you to see where you are on the island. You can't sort of suddenly go into a bird's eye view and go, oh, I'm there. There's none of that, so you don't really know where you are. So you've got to kind of, if the island is huge, like Old Faithful Island is the worst island in the game. Old Faithful Isle, everybody hates that island. It's horrible. I never go there if I can avoid it, because it's massive and it's confusing. And it's horrible. So if you get like several treasure chests on there, sometimes you're going, it's here next to this tree. And like, no, nothing. And you can be walking around for hours trying to find where the treasure's buried. So his latest parody song was I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. And his video editing in that was the best I've seen his editing get to. It was superb. And he really, really did. I feel kind of honoured, because he does sometimes involve me in his songs. Like, I've been parts of some of them, and he does quite often consult me about stuff, it was an honour, because he's a genuinely talented guy. Like, and I'm really, really happy that he's finally actually been recognised by the developers for doing these parody songs. So yeah, they've given him the funny blue hat now. The Hat of Unfeasibly Glorious Fame.
Credits transferred.
I think that's the name of it. Because, of course, you know, cosmetics are pretty much all you can get. Because that's one of the great things about Sea of Thieves, is the playing field is level. The only thing that puts one pirate above another is experience. You can't buy better weapons or any of that. There's no way to do that. What is Scroll's YouTube channel name? I will find that for you. Always happy to share the stuff that Scrolls does. He's become a good friend of mine over the last couple of years, from being that person, the one person who turned up to my first ever solo stream, which was Sea of Thieves, and we just chatted back and forth because he was the only person there, and we've like become good friends since then. But he's crazy talented. He's a good writer. I you know, if he was a voiceover artist, I've seen some of his voiceover stuff. He isn't a voiceover artist, but I keep saying he probably should be, because he's very good at that. He's great, and he could easily do what I do. So he's really good at that. He's a good writer. He's very, very talented at video editing. There you go. There you go. That's actually Eric. or Fallout Scrolls. I call him Scrolls because all his online social media names used to be Fallout Scrolls because he's a fan of the Bethesda Fallout and Elder Scrolls series, as most of us are. But he used to be just called Fallout Scrolls. But nowadays, no, still doesn't work. But nowadays he's reverted to sort of actually Eric. Are you still enjoying Sniper Elite 5? I just can't get into it. Found the narrow streets no fun to stealth. I am enjoying Sniper Elite 5 so much because I love all the Sniper Elite games, and I can't really explain why. Because I don't generally like first-person shooter type of games. They bore me really quite quickly. But for some reason that I just don't have the words to explain, I love the Sniper Elite series. I've played every single one of them to death, like till I've bled them dry. I mean, you remember Sniper Elite 4 when I started streaming, right? And we did the melee kills only because I played through all the maps so often and got on all the achievements that I wanted to do something different, but I still love playing it. So I thought, well, a melee kill everybody. And we'll probably do that at some point, or I'll probably do that, or maybe I'll do it with Richard or HJ or somebody like that on stream at some point. But I don't know what it is that I like about them. And I was baffled by this because I am still playing it, and I've finished it all, and I've maxed all the different maps out. I've gotten all the collectibles on all the maps. And I'm just now going for mastery of all weapons, and I'm nearly there. I've just got it's the secondary weapons that are slowing things down, but I've nearly mastered all. I've got mastery of every single one of the rifles. I've gotten mastery of all but one of the pistols, and all but two of the secondary weapons, and then lots of little long shot mastery shots and goals and stuff like that. I did an 18. What was it the other day? 1,853 meter long shot. For a gold medal, and it's like I don't know why. It's sad, isn't it? I'm sorry, it really is depressingly sad, but I do love those games. Okay, I want to see if I can find this damn distributor because I haven't seen it, and it's driving me a little bit crackers, to be honest. I don't know where it is. I just want to. But I'm trying to advance the story, but I have become convinced that the story, the advancement of the story is linked to how far along you are with repairing the armadillo ship, right? So I've become kind of convinced that that's what it's linked to. Which means I can't advance the story until I can repair that, and I can't do that until I can find all the components. And I don't know. Is there a heat sink on this, or have I already salvaged it? I bet I have. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, I think I've already salvaged the heat sink, so I can't do anything about that. Well, hell's bells. I have a 300 hours on Farming Simulator. Yeah, no, I know you're a Farming Simulator fan. Yeah, see, that's one. I just can't get into Farming Simulator. I know you're a fan of it, and I know Maple's a fan of it, and I know Matt is a fan of it. Pilot Night, that is. He spent so much time in that game. He raves about it. But it's not really my thing. But like I say, that's one of the things I love about gaming. Because why is it not my thing? I haven't got the faintest idea. Because I like lots of games like this, which is just basically doing a grease monkey's job in space. I mean, the key word there is key phrase is in space. I'll do anything. I'd be like, hey, here's a game where you pick up dog shit in space. I'm like, what did you say? In space? Yes. Did you hear the bit about the shh? I heard something about space. So yeah, it'd be a bit like that. That's the sad part. Whee!
Deposit accepted for processing.
Okay, right. So again, I've gone over this many times. Removal of the reactor, obviously very important because it's the most valuable piece of equipment on the ship. But removal of the reactor, in an ideal scenario, what you want to do is disconnect the coolant lines at the ECU, right? So in here is the ECU, the Environmental Control Unit. Now,
Don't do that.
if you take the door off the front... Whee! Okay. You can take that computer terminal off, we don't need that. You'd think that would be regulating everything, but apparently not. And then, you come into the ECU and you remove the coolant canisters. Start at the back. I'll show you why in a moment. Start at the back, remove the coolant canisters, right? The reason is because you want to be as close to the reactor as you can get, so that you can get to it really quickly, okay? To remove it. And to do that, what you want to do is leave that front one so that you're not having to go in here to get it, right? So if you leave the back one, you'd have to come right in here and then get out there. But I've melted that wall because it's not worth a lot anyway. Melt the wall away, or what I could have done, I guess, with this wall is melt this away, and then I could have removed that piece of aluminium
5 minutes to fill your boots.
and flung it into the furnace and actually got the money, but aluminium's worth nothing. But the only thing that disconnecting the coolant line does is it slows down the time it takes for the reactor to melt down, right? So as soon as I pull the reactor off its base plate, the reactor will start to go into meltdown. But that takes longer if you disconnect it in the proper way, which is to disconnect it from the coolant first, right? So when I do this... Now, when you get this last one, pick it up later. You don't have to pick that up now, because that will take time. Just disconnect it, and that will start the process. There we go, see? So now, the reactor is going into meltdown. What you want to do is remove it very quickly. Okay.
Reactor meltdown sequence triggered.
And all removing the coolant means, first, is that it will take the reactor longer to go into meltdown. That's all. You won't get any more for it, or anything like that. And so, as long as it's in a position like that, where I'd opened all of that side up to get the reactor out, there really isn't any need to remove the coolant. Because frankly, whether it goes into meltdown quicker or not, you see that little arcing that was going on there, that's something that will happen more the longer it takes you to get to the reactor. Whether you disconnect the coolant or not, doesn't make any difference. So I just find that the best thing to do, as long as you've got the space. Now, if you're in a position where you need to... Oh, wait, let me remove that canister first before I do anything else, before I forget. See, we've removed it and we can collect it now. But there was no need to collect it before, because you just needed to disconnect it to start the process. Oh, let me melt that one off there, because... Oh, no. Nah. There we go. She's going to moan at me for destroying the coolant pipe. But...
Salvage destroyed. Please refrain from damage.
Don't worry about that warning as well. If you're just starting to play this game, don't worry about that warning. It's nothing particularly important. You have to destroy some things to get salvage removed. You just have to. It's part of the job. They just, you know, Lynx don't particularly want you to, but... Oh, for God's sake. No! No, no. Never mind. Never mind. There you go, that'll do. Okay. The computer terminals do contain the wires I need for the ship, but I've got enough wires now. See? I've got the wires that I need. It's the distributor that I don't have, and the only place to get it is in a waste disposal unit. Or, and here is the thing that I really... Oh no, it said it was a thermal spreader that I destroyed. When I was going through the interior, I accidentally melted a component by firing the stinger for a second too long because it melted what was on the other side. And yes, they do contain, but you also need the money from salvaging those things as well, you see. So, right, now I'm going to go melt the floor out of the bottom of this room. So we can... Woo! It's just so good to have that go-to game that you can play for... It is, I agree.
Please avoid damaging
I mean, I've got quite a few. I guess like most people have. Shipbreaker is definitely one of mine. Another one of mine is Red Dead Online. Like, I can play that. I mean, I do like to play that with the guys, you know, like with Pilot and HJ and Richard. Oh, that's going to go red because I've taken the wires out of that, see? So it's going, that doesn't belong here. You might as well throw it in the bin now that you've taken the stuff out. So, yeah, see? Once again, I don't have a distributor because I can't find it. I don't know where it is. I haven't seen it anywhere. And there's certainly no waste disposal unit on this ship, so I can't... Well, let's take that outside. Yeah, I play that quite often. It's great to have the guys there to play it with. But honestly, Red Dead Online is one of those few games that I am just as happy playing on my own as I am with anybody else. I can just lose myself in that game for hours. But because of the way their bonus system works with the gold that you earn, what I find myself doing is I'll play Red Dead Online for a month solid, like every day, even if some days I only go in the game for a minute to get one of my dailies so that I can continue my multiplier. Because I don't always have time to play for very long, so sometimes I go into the game. But I'll go in every day, even if it's just for a minute. I'll go in every day for like a month. Then I won't play it again for 2 months. 2-3 months. Night, Gegs. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you very much for dropping by. Always a pleasure. I promise you I'm trying to get through the story on this because we've got other games to play. I think, by the way, that not next week, the week after. Yeah, 19th, 26th. Yeah. All being well, we made this plan sort of very loosely last night. But we want to bring you more Ember gameplay, you know, the firefighting, the Uber firefighters thing. Because it's just funny. Like to have the four of us running around trying to put out fires and not set on fire ourselves and save each other and throw clients out of windows to save them. So I think in 2 weeks from now, we think this is the plan, but you know, things can go wrong, plans can change. But in 2 weeks from now, we should be having a multiplayer live stream of Ember. So there it is.
Good morning, Shipbreaker.
Good morning, crazy space lady. How are you?
Hey there, I'm Shippy. I'm here to help you get this.
I just need a distributor now. I don't think I'm going to find it on that ship. I'm almost willing to sort of cut that ship loose, even though it means losing all that money, to see if I can find a smaller ship with a distributor on it. But they don't tend to be on the smaller ships. Yeah, see, that's another station hopper. Oh, man. What a pain. What a pain. Distributor. Heatsink. Wires. Dampener fuse rod. Yeah, see, you won't find them on the mackerels. They just don't have them aboard. And I am not doing a salvage run a Gecko. Not for any amount of money, no. I hate them. Like, I hate that ship so much. In all the last 2 years of playing Shipbreaker, I think I've managed to cut down 2 of those. I hate them. Horrible, horrible thing to cut down. I won't do it. God damn it. All right, let's do this javelin. Right, let's do the javelin. I could watch that game forever. It's hilarious. What, Ember? Yeah, well, we have planned. We all talked. We all spoke last night. Because the group, the new multiplayer group that's going to be appearing on my channel, with those guys as like my cohorts, you know, we've come up with lots of arrangements, and we've been putting it together for a while, and it has a name now, that group. But I've got artwork to get done for it, and music to find for us as a group. So I'm not just saying the guys and what have you. We do have our little multiplayer streams will have a name, but we're not ready to announce it until I can at least put some artwork and stuff up. But yeah, so last night we talked about it, and so 2 weeks from today is when we plan to do an Ember live stream, multiplayer Ember live stream.
I hope you're rested there, Kato.
Oh, shut up.
Repeat it yesterday.
Hal, he's going off.
Mr. Rhodes?
Let's practice some on-the-fly problem solving. Go get that reactor.
Yeah, but this reactor
Heat
is
sink.
so different.
Dampener.
Say about disagree and commit.
Distributor. There it is. All right.
Yes,
The whole ship is pressurized.
I just need a minute.
I think
Don't rush now, Kai. Don't mess it up 2 shifts in a row.
Hal, man's a liability. He's evil.
Okay, I got it.
No, you don't. Damn it, Kato. Back out of there. Quick lag. It's melting down.
Oh, shoot!
Oop.
I'm sorry.
Fellas, you just vaporized a highly valuable object. He wasn't ready. You've been pushing my crew too far. We cannot have insufficient training of our teams. You're the one breaking protocol, making us skip training.
Yep.
Don't talk to
Yes,
me about
he is.
protocol. Someone's got to foot the bill for screw-ups like this.
I'll be more careful next time. You can just add this to my debt.
Oh, I already have, kid. Now, I want you to punch out so you and I can have a one-on-one discussion.
Yes, sir.
So
He is an
carry
asshole.
on. Kato and I need to talk.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Boom. Right. Pull all those off. God, that was a lot of tethers. How many tethers I got left? 34. Right, now we've got some of these which are going to require demo charges, but even though I've upgraded my demo charges twice to avoid this, I'm still worried about
Credit applied.
arcing through the hull when they detonate, because they do that until you've upgraded them enough that you've cleaned them up a bit.
Credit deposit.
So I don't want to do that at this stage. What? Oh, no, honey. A lovely wife.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
Right. Okay. Flush the fuel. So you don't have a nasty accident. I can't wait to see if a certain someone burns for a small cash grab. Oh dear. A certain someone. Might that be the god of chaos, HJ? Like, look, I said this, like, he in multiplayer streams or in multiplayer games when he's playing. I don't know if he's like this actually when he just plays with you, Fran, or with Maple. But when he's playing with us, and it's one of the reasons I kind of wanted him on the team, because to be fair, I do a lot of jokey messing about with him about it, but it's one of the reasons I wanted him on the team, because he's like, we're all slightly different in the way we approach things, and that's what you want in a good kind of multiplayer crew. You kind of want a variety of people, and he's one of my best friends. But I don't know if he's like this when he plays with you, but when he's playing with us guys, he loves to cause as much chaos as he can. He loves it.
Salvage deposit confirmed.
And Richard, who's one of my oldest friends, who we've known each other for a very long time, Richard, I would have said he was chaos personified. But even he has occasion when HJ gets really into his chaos creating mode. Even Richard goes sometimes. So yeah, it should be fun. It definitely makes things funny, but don't tell HJ I said that because he'll do it even more. Don't tell him I said that it should be funny. Shh. Yeah. Right. Of course it's HJ, yeah. Where's HJ? We're going to get that put on a t-shirt. That's one of the most commonly used phrases. That and HJ, no! Don't do it! In Sea of Thieves, sometimes it is quite handy to have one explosive barrel aboard your ship, one powder keg. Now, things in Sea of Thieves go in trends, right? So, at one time, a powder keg, kegging somebody was like, you know, powder keg
Salvage secured.
to blow somebody up was one of the legitimate ways in which people got rid of other people that were chasing them, right? Or took down other ships, because it puts a lot of holes in a ship all at once if you can do it right. But like I said, things in Sea of Thieves are a bit of a trend. So at one time it's fashionable to do that and cool. And then nowadays when you do that, you're like, oh, that's so old school. And it's like, oh, I can't be doing that. It's still a very efficient tactic, but you never want to keep more than one, because if somebody shoots one, or if lightning strikes and it detonates it, things can go horribly wrong, right? So I never... Whoa! Holy balls. That was loud. That's HJ. It's got to be. There he is. We were just talking about you. You're just in time. So, it's not... I never ever try to keep more than one powder keg aboard. Right? And it's kind of a rule that I have now. You know, no, never more than one powder keg in case everything goes horribly wrong. So I went to a fort yesterday because we had a storage crate and we were trying to pick up a load of stuff. So we got cannonballs. So I said, well, a fort will have loads of cannonballs. They always do. The only things they have tons of are cannonballs. Are they food? They have quite a lot of food, but they don't have planks and stuff like that. They have a load of cannonballs and a load of powder kegs. Of course you are. Go away, Itchy. And there's a rowboat there, and we didn't have a rowboat. So I said, well, we'll get the rowboat in a minute. And I heard HJ, he says, there's a load of powder kegs here. I said, yes, it's a fort. There are always loads of powder kegs at forts. There's always dozens. The regular forts. The sea forts, which are a new thing, that's different. But there's always loads of powder kegs at a regular skeleton fort. So the next thing is HJ goes quiet. And that's never a good thing. When HJ goes quiet, you're like, what is he doing? It's like having a toddler. So it's like, what's he doing? And so, like when my son goes quiet, like, what's he what's he tearing up? They were just lying about. Yeah, I know, right? How you doing, buddy? Good to have you here, my friend. So the next thing is, I'm loading something onto the ship, and I see a rowboat go past. And as I glance out the corner of my eye, I can see that it's piled high with powder kegs. So I said, and he disappears behind the ship. I said, HJ, what are you doing? And he said, well, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, you know exactly what I'm talking about. What are you doing? And he's giggling to himself like I said, don't bring that many powder kegs aboard my ship, HJ. No, wouldn't listen. There's one in the crow's nest, went to get another one. So the next thing I know, Pilot's gone quiet. Now, when Pilot goes quiet, he goes quiet for a different reason. When he goes quiet, it's because he's going like this. Secretly, he's kind of going, breathe, just breathe, Matt, breathe. So that's what he's doing when he goes quiet. So he grabs one of these powder kegs out of the boat because he agrees don't bring all these aboard. It's an idiotic. It's a good way to get us all blown to shit. And we had, we were having a decent run on treasure loot, so we didn't get blown to hell by our own ineptitude, which happens quite a lot. And so he's grabbing these powder kegs and jumping them off one at a time and swimming out and shooting them to get rid of them. I said, just lower the rowboat and cut it away. Cut it away. Yes, we'll lose a rowboat, but I don't want all those things aboard my ship. And HJ seems intent on bringing them, so... It's amazing the other day how he taught me how to fire a cat out of the cannon. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Anyway. Wait, when I said don't tell HJ that, was that before he came in? Hope so. Cockpit. I want to get that distributor before I forget where it is. Oh. Bugger. Was ist das? Oh, right. Okay. Where the hell was that distributor? I don't know where it was. It wasn't this end anyway, was it? Right. Don't worry about that noise. That's all perfectly normal. The reason you don't normally hear it is normally I depressurize the ship before I disconnect the thruster. So because we're in a vacuum, you can't normally hear it when that alarm goes off. But trust me, it always goes off. God damn it. It's at the other end, isn't it? Right. Was there a... Yep.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Jesus Christ.
Airlock depressurizing.
Well, crap.
Airlock depressurizing.
Yes, you're safe. I was sensible later on. He was, yeah. Sometimes HJ will have a brilliant idea that none of the rest of us have thought of. And you go, nice. And then the other 90% of the time, he's trying to get you all killed. Somehow. And it's not like he's doing it accidentally. The rest of us are inept. He's just intentionally trying to get us all killed.
Airlock depressurizing.
Okay, there we go. Well, let's flush that one. But now I'm going to let the air out of that damn thing. And there is no way to depress it. So let's hope this doesn't send the ship catapulting all over the place.
Gunner, ship clock says 5 minutes left. You know what to do. Weaver out.
Let's see. What has that done? Nope, doesn't seem to have moved. Alright, cool. Hey, Spiff! There we go. I'm a norm, Spiff. I'd say more 70-30. I think you're being generous with yourself there.
Airlock depressurizing.
Quite often, Richard and I will refer to Pilot and HJ as passengers. Because, well, sometimes, well, Richard, not often, to be fair, but sometimes, well, Richard and I are trying to do quests. Pilot and HJ are fishing. And, like, you know, we've been snuck up on and sunk on at least one occasion because they were fishing instead of looking out for people sneaking up on us. Just fishing. You know, oh, look, a ship snuck up on us. Like, well, how did that happen? Well, you know, we were on the island doing the thing. I don't know, I was fishing. Like, okay. Yeah, so quite often we refer to those two as passengers, but... There we go. Space truck ready for upgrade. Right. Now when we go inside in 3 minutes, we can actually do that. Let's flush the atmosphere. How you doing, Spiff? Passengers or tourists? Yeah, sometimes we refer to them as tourists. Because, you know, we're sailing about, trying to patch up the ship and stuff like that. Now, with Pilot, it's quite rare. But he does do it.
Airlock depressurizing.
With HJ, it's a regular thing.
Airlock depressurizing.
Why? Okay. Right, now I've got to go outside and find out if that
Airlock
has turned the ship off kilter. Huh. Nope. Well, look at that. Everything seems relatively normal. All right. Let's go do some stuff. Oh, God damn it.
pressurizing.
Oh, there's a regulator inside here. Yes. Look at that. Nice.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Okay. Now depress the airlock.
Airlock depressurizing.
Come on. There we go. Now we're talking. Right. Didn't HJ get left behind in a stream because he was fishing? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think Pilot blew him off the ship with a blunderbomb because we were sinking and there were holes in the ship and everyone was going, come on, help. And HJ's going, in a minute, I've got a fish. Lent on my phone, so I went back about 45 minutes. Okay, messed up my shoulder. Oh, dear. Well, I hope you're all right. Do get better, won't you? I think you're on the rowboat, HJ, coming back to the ship while the crew had sailed. I'll tell you what that was. That was actually on one of HJ's streams. And we, honestly, when one of us makes a mistake, it's just what we do, I guess. When one of us makes a mistake, the other three will never let them hear the end of it. Never. But that was in one of HJ's streams, and we were taking on, at HJ's suggestion, by the way, we were taking on an Ashen Lord, right? Which is a very, very tough, very, very difficult boss. And three of us were on the ship, big galleon, right? And we're trying to defeat this Ashen Lord, and we're having molten rocks rain down on us from above. We're being shot at, right? We're being blasted with fire, and choking and we're in a field of choking ash, and the ship's on fire. And it's got holes in it, and we're trying to patch the holes, put out the fires, repair the ship, stay alive, kill the guys, and we can't see more than like this far in front of our faces because we're in this choking ash. Meanwhile, HJ, whose idea it was to come here, had spotted a rowboat on the way in. So he jumped off the ship to get the rowboat, right? And we're all screaming, going, "What are you doing, HJ? Help!" Right? But when I watched HJ stream, because it was on HJ stream, the viewers didn't understand really how much trouble we were in. There was no way for anybody watching to understand what we were all screaming about. Because when I went back and watched HJ stream, I'm going, I can't see a thing. Right? Because we're in a choking cloud of ash, and HJ is rowing about. If you could watch HJ stream at that same moment, you can just hear splash, splash, Splash. As he's rowing his rowboat. And when I said, I can't see a thing, HJ looks up and the twinkly, quiet, peaceful sky. And he says, yeah, it's quite dark over here too. Splash. Splash. And that's, yeah, it's funny to sort of look back at it. But yeah, that was a... that was an HJ. That was a classic HJ moment. Where is HJ? Oh, splash, splash, fish, fish. Jack Malan, Jack Mallam. Thank you very much for the sub, Jack. Don't know whether you're in the stream or just watching one of my videos somewhere, but thank you for the sub anyway. Always appreciated. Good on you. And as HJ says, another classic example was Mute. Matt, who we sometimes call, that's Pilot, who we sometimes call Mute, because he has a habit of muting his mic for a moment while he's talking to his son or his wife. So he'll mute his mic, as we all do, but then he forgets that he's muted his mic. And he does this all the time. Right? So he's talking to us, and he doesn't understand why we're not responding, but we can't hear him. So we started calling him Mute from time to time, because he really does do this a lot. And he, generally, when there's four of us, he's my helmsman. He's the one that steers the ship, because he's the best one at it. After him, Richard. HJ's usually on the harpoons or the cannons or rowboats. But yeah, well, there was one instance where we're sailing along and there's a big rock coming up. And, because Matt was a damn good helmsman, we thought, he's all right, he's seen the rock. And as this rock got closer and closer, I'm like, you can see that rock, can't you, Matt? Matt? Matt! Matt, the rock, Matt, the rock! And we turned around, and he's not only got us on mute, right, but he's left. He's gone to do something quickly, to take care of something. But what he has done is he stayed on the wheel. So we can't even jump on the wheel to turn the ship, because he's left himself attached to the wheel. And the thing is that we assumed he just had us on mute, so he couldn't hear us when we were saying, watch out for that rock. Because he does it so often. But no, he just crashes into the rock because he'd wandered off. And so yeah, we've all got a thing that we've done at some point, at least one, that the rest of us, that the other three won't let them forget.
Not much left of this ship, Cutter.
I know, Weaver, but I can repair the armadillo in a minute, which means hopefully we'll get some progress made. Oh, those posters, by the way, I know I just fired that one down to the barge, but if you don't have a poster, or if you have it so you can't be bothered to pick it up, I just pick it up anyway, because firing it down to the barge does nothing. Why am I... I don't know why I'm trying to pick that up. Firing it down to the barge does nothing, because it's not worth anything, so...
Transferring credits.
You might as well just pick it up. Not concentrating today.
Salvage accepted. Credits applied.
Bimp, 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 bimp. Beep-a-dee-dee-dee. 4.3 million. Surprised we made that much actually that time. But right, let's repair the armadillo. Yeah, we've got a lot of stories like that. And there'll be a lot more, trust me.
Hello,
That's why I'm looking forward to playing with these guys on stream again, because it is always funny. As much as we give each other a lot of grief, and we do, I love playing with every one of them, and they're awesome.
Cutter.
We always have a lot of fun. Oh,
Talk.
oh dear.
Kaido's been up here going on 2 years now. Kid can't hit the broadside of a gecko. You've seen how he is. But you know what? You tell him, Kai, you need to scan before you cut. And he says, yes, sir, I will. And you have that conversation 100 times. And you know that every time he says that, yes, sir, I will, you know he means it. That I put him in this position. Should I have set him on his way years ago?
Probably, Weaver, yeah.
22 years with Lynx. Don't even know what a lame old dog like me would do other than this. I'm blabbering on. What I wanted to say, Cutter, about the Bobcat and whatnot, yeah, I may be wrong about that. Weaver out.
He's becoming disillusioned with Lynx after 22 years as our Weaver.
The dock is in, and it's time for some ship play.
Right, so now, I'm not sure that it will trigger it at this level. It might. I can't remember. But because I've been saying that the story isn't progressing at the speed it should, at the speed I've seen it progress at, for those of you who weren't here earlier, I've become convinced that the reason we haven't seen the things in the story by level 17 that I've normally seen by level 14 is because I've been concentrating a lot more on my private sessions in getting the armadillo up and running because of something that happened way in the early access. Now I concentrate on the private sessions on getting the armadillo, and I haven't concentrated on getting it running quite so much in the streams I've been doing. But because of that, because that's the only thing I can think that's different, so I'm convinced now that the story elements, rather than being tied to the rank that you're at, I think they're tied to how much you've repaired the armadillo, because this is quite a big part of the story. It doesn't seem it, but it is. So I think either at this level or definitely the next one. I think it might be the next one, but definitely at the next level, that is where we will see it go off. And since I can go instantly to the next level now, because I've got all the other components.
Successful training plan. Nice job.
Distributor, ion coil, and circuit. So I'm pretty sure that now we should get those story elements kicking off. So it'll either be after the next shift or now, if I'm right about this. So if I'm correct, that's what we'll see. I'm looking forward to witnessing these moments. Yeah, I am really genuinely looking forward to being able to play multiplayer stuff with the guys on stream again. So like I said, the next one will be an Ember stream, and we're planning for it to be in 2 weeks from today, because that's the time when, you know, I'm all right. I'm the lucky one here because I work from home. I work for myself doing voiceover stuff, which is my day job, and like this, which also pays me a little. Well, making videos does, not so much streaming, but so I'm the lucky one. I can kind of work around what they're doing if necessary. But of course, the other three have real jobs, so they have to go out. They have to go out to work for somebody else, which sucks. I know, because I did it for decades myself. But
Focus in and have a productive day now.
so really, I'm kind of waiting on them because they're, unfortunately for them, their schedules are not as flexible.
Kyle and I had a real good heart-to-heart yesterday. Right, Kai?
Yeah. All good.
So, what's the punishment? Dock pay, for my write-up, no sugar cubes for a month?
Nothing. No punishment. Kai and I just needed to talk mano a mano.
What does that even mean?
Keep mouthing off, Steiner, and you'll find out. Okay. Well, I'm glad y'all figured it out. Let's just get back to work.
Right, now if I'm right about the armadillo being the source of, like, being the trigger event for the various story elements, then when I go back inside the hab at the end of this shift, Hal will want to talk to us all. And he will, and you'll see why. When he does that, you'll see why I concluded that the armadillo was the moment that sort of kicks it all off. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, why I think it's the armadillo, it will make sense when you see what Hal's got to say. Yoink. I did release that, didn't I? Whee.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
Usually when one or more of us are free, one or more of us aren't. I highly suggest watching some of the older Ember and SOT streams, Fran, to witness some of these great... Yeah, there's a lot of fun. There's a lot of videos that I've done
Account credit.
on SOT over the years, and we've done several streams of Sea of Thieves and Ember. But with the Ember is taking a lot of organising because we brought Richard on board after the last Ember stream and we'd gotten so far. So the point was that I didn't want to... The people have watched the old Ember streams. I didn't want them to have to watch the same moments again in terms of the buildings that we were doing and the equipment that we were unlocking. I didn't want the people that had seen that to have to see all of that again. So we've been trying, when we get moments when there's all four of us, we've been trying occasionally to catch up. Because we all started at the beginning, because of the way Ember works. Like, if you get more equipment and there's someone who doesn't have any, they're a bit lost and a bit useless because you've gone onto the higher level buildings and that person's got no equipment to use for all these fires. So we decided to all start right back at the beginning again so that Richard would be in line with the rest of us. So we've been spending a little bit of time bringing us back up to the position we were at the last time I streamed Ember. Come on, in you go. Right, oh yeah, that's got to go down to the bar. So yeah, see, this is a problem, but I didn't want that arcing through the... Right, there we go. Get that thing out of the way. Pew! Oh. But yeah, I tend to go a little bit overboard when I do one of these new little groups or a new show for the channel, so I get a little bit too involved. So I've been trying to find an artist that will be able to do the artwork exactly the way I want it, because there's plenty of people you can hire to do this sort of thing. But I want the artwork to sort of look a very specific way, and because I'm not an artist, I can never work out what the correct terms are to describe to someone exactly the style that I'm looking for, which makes it really difficult. So I've been searching all over online and DeviantArt and places like that, trying to find the right, trying to find the artwork that's the style I'm looking for. I do think I found somebody now, but firstly I'll have to wait and see, because she's currently in the middle of doing a comic strip for somebody else, and it's going to take her like about another month, she said. So, well, she specifically said 30 days, which seemed quite specific to me. But yeah, only then will I find out if she can actually do it in the style I want. I did have an artist before for when it used to be sidekicks. I did have an artist before, but Janet, I mean, the artwork she created was never exactly what I was looking for. It was close though, so I used Janet for the sidekicks artwork. But she's like now been really successful with her animation, so she gone on to she was getting like a degree in some branch of animation, computer animation. And she's now been quite successful with that, so now she's gone on to do other things. She doesn't take commissions anymore, so I can't use Janet anymore. I'll definitely go back and have a look. Hey, Spiff! There you go. So, of course, Spiff's an artist herself. She does some absolutely fantastic work. If you've never been on Spiff's stream and seen any of that. HJ, Mr. Moderator HJ, can you find me a link for Spiff's live stream and drop it in there so that people can find her that aren't familiar with Spiff? I was watching some of HJ's back the other day and developed a strong dislike for someone called Martin Sanders. Yeah, Martin Sanders... Martin Sanders, let me tell you the story of Martin Sanders. He's become he's become our go-to hate guy. If we need to direct hate at anybody, we invoke the name of Martin Sanders. It's like our version of saying, Jesus Christ! Right? Because we encountered Martin Sanders when we were all playing Chivalry, we encountered this guy called Martin Sanders, right? And he was, on this one particular instance, he was killing, like he'd killed HJ quite a few times, and he killed me quite a few times. So throughout the course of this playthrough... Oh, okay, right. What I need art for. I'll come right back to that. Yeah, throughout the course of the playthrough, we went through and we'd say... So every now and again, because it's the way you get kind of angry when you get repeatedly killed by the same person in certain games like Chivalry. And we've been playing, since the game came out, we've all been playing that game together pretty much since it released, the four of us. And we were in there playing it this one day, and there's a player there called... Because what it stuck out, because, you know, most of them have got names like God Killer and Your Mom and, like, Stab Death and like Death Rider and, you know, all these names that they think are really stupid or really cool. And then in the middle of all these crazy names, you've got Martin Sanders, which immediately made us all laugh, right? But then he would kill us repeatedly, so we'd end up going, fuck you, Martin Sanders. And like HJ would say it, and we'd come back to HJ, and you'd hear in the distance, you wouldn't know where he was, but you'd hear, fuck you, Martin Sanders. Right? But then Richard got killed by somebody else, and he kind of got flustered, and he went, fuck you, Martin Sanders. And he just, and that was it. And so that was born. And then I noticed that on one of HJ's streams, about a week later, I was watching the stream, and Martin Sanders was actually there. He was actually in it. So, yeah.
Valuable object accepted.
So he's become our go-to hate guy. Poor Martin Sanders. It's become the name that we kind of invoke in moments of extreme frustration. So the artwork, Spiff. HJ's put Spiff's channel link there, by the way, so if you're not familiar with Spiff, go and check out her Spiff streams 6 days a week, Spiff? I think you only have... Tuesday's the only day you don't stream, isn't it?
Object accepted for processing.
So Spiff streams a lot. And she streams mostly like really, really nice, chill out, calm games, and art streams where she like chats while she's actually doing commissions for people. So 5 days a week, right? Sorry, I don't stream Saturday either. Right? Okay, my mistake. So the artwork I'm looking for, I don't know if you remember Sidekicks, which was the group we had before. It was the group that I started with KZ ages ago, and then so KZ and I went our separate ways. But I still had a group of guys that we had a lot of fun doing this with. So I said, well, we should make a new group. I don't want it to be Sidekicks again, with respect to the friendship that KZ and I had. I don't want that to be a thing. So I'm not going to continue that with different people. We'll start a different group. So I said, we'll come up with a name. So I came up with a name for it. But now I want art commissioning for the thumbnails and for hopefully like a comic book intro that I want to do, and then I'm going to go away and get some music licensed for a theme tune for it and stuff like that. So I'll make videos of it as well as just live streams. I'll make story videos with Jasper, Stukley, and Claire that we had before doing the narration for the videos that I had. So so this new group, I want sort of artwork commissioning, but it's very similar. But it's very sort of the art that I really like, that I'm looking for, is very specific, and it seems to be incredibly hard to find people that do it that don't charge more than I can afford. So, I've stuck to places like Fiverr and stuff like that. And my little girl, Hannah, my oldest, 16, she's a hell of an artist, so she's going to have a crack at it as well. But it's like a very sort of angular comic book style that I'm looking for to draw us for the thumbnails and to do like not for every thumbnail, but to draw the characters so that I can drop them and rearrange them on the thumbnails, and to do like like 8 cells for a comic book each side of the intro. Right, once again, see, we could disconnect the ECU, but it isn't necessary. So I don't know if you saw last time. They'll have half as many health bars when I remove it as it did before, or, you know, all right, 2/3 as many. So the reactor meltdown will occur more quickly. Oops, I didn't do that fast enough.
Destroyed. Please revisit your training.
Look,
Salvage goal achieved.
see, I didn't do that fast enough, and it arced and it blew out the coolant pipe. But there's no reason why it should take as long as I took to do that. It doesn't need to. Just take it off and fire it in. Yeah, so there's a very specific kind of really angular kind of comic booky
Credits transferred.
style that I like. And I used to have an artist that did it for us. Janet Figueroa used to do our art, but she's gone on to do... she's gone into animation quite heavily now, so she doesn't take commissions anymore. Boink. Okay, that was stupid. Yeah. So yeah, if you ever hear any of us saying "fuck you, Martin Sanders," that's where that came from. But it has become a thing. Boing. Right. Is that now? What? Oh, airlock salvage, right. Oh, these things are a pain. Right, so there's another cockpit there. If I go through the ECU room... In fact, let me just remove that. Now, I've got to go and take the coolant tanks out first. Otherwise, it'll flash freeze that wall. Look at that. Litter in the environmental control unit. That's not what you want, is it? Right, now I should be able to melt this wall without flash freezing the walls around it. There we go.
Salvage is destroyed. Don't do that.
Take out the ECU. Grab that piece of pipe.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Environmentally conscious sticker. Oh, I don't know why I'm salvaging these bottles. I've got like a holographic version of that sticker now. I don't need another one. Wasting my time.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
So yeah, there'll be more streams from our new little group, and there'll be... Oh,
5 minutes remaining in this shift.
my grapple's failing. And there'll be more videos, story videos with that group, with my narrator, Jasper Stookley Sinclair, who used to be the Sidekick's narrator, of course. Although I've lost the Sidekick's name, or I've got rid of it, I won't be getting rid of Jasper. Because that would be exactly what Jasper wants. He never did like working for us. Well, tough. He'll work for us whatever we pay him. And damn his pride.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Oh, night, Fran. Good to pop back into the stream and chat. Won't be a stranger again. Well, good to see you, Fran.
Applying credit.
A pleasure to have you back with us. Right. Come on. Right, so that actually should be just in time, because if I'm right about this story element, which I think I am, that should mean that next week, I think I should be able to finish the story off in that stream, and then we'll be doing the multiplayer in Ember, hopefully the week after. I'll tell you what. In fact, if I don't finish it off next week, I'll just do an extra stream to make sure I get it done.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
Oh, these are a pain because this needs to go in the furnace, so I've got to cut through this aero bridge. Which I think I've done there, but you never know with these damn things. Yeah, there you go. Oh, see. Whoopsie. Didn't take out the glass panel. Ugh. There we go. There we go. Done. Right. Let me cut off the other side of this damn aero bridge.
Credits transferred.
I don't like these things.
Additional rewards assigned.
It's it's not clean. I don't like the way you've got to mess about to get rid of it. You know, there's no like buckles hold it in place or anything. They've just like welded it to the side or so. Ah! And that's still not free. Why not? No, that's why not. There we go. You destroyed a light. I don't care.
Deposit accepted.
Right, that's that done. Now we can cut away the airlock. Could have done that a bit more cleanly, couldn't I? Oh shit, there's a fuel tank on the other side of there. Okay, let's not do that again. I forgot about the very large fuel tank on the other side of that wall. Whoops.
60 seconds left to wrap things up, Carter.
Thank you. Weaver.
Processor deposit accepted.
Whee!
Credits awarded.
Oh, come on. That piece of the aero bridge.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Did I get all of those? Oh, no, there's one on the top. One on the top. And...
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
oh, I should have just melted that wall.
Processing object.
In fact, I'm gonna...
Credits to account.
oh, I haven't got time. No. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I did it. Oh, no. Just got it melted. 11 million. Not a terrible shift, really, all things considered. Here we go. Intercom time.
You have 1 incoming transmission waiting.
Rook, you hearing me? What happened out there with Kaido was garbage. Rhodes just constantly doubling down, pushing him. He's a bully. The only thing worse than corporate suits are middle management jerks who love stepping on everyone else. Just to climb the ranks. Even Weaver's given up. He knows Rhodes can do him in just like the rest of us. It's not right what's happening. And from what I see, none of us are safe. We need to do something. The other stations don't have it much better. This is going down everywhere. I'm not going to stand by and let them kick us around like this anymore. We deserve better. Keep you posted. Lou out.
Right, so now that she's done that, I'm fairly confident that we'll have a message from Hal any second now.
This is your morning wake-up call.
Listen up, y'all. Believe it or not, I'm a little nervous to bring this up. But I can't take Rose's crap anymore. None of us are safe, and we need to do something.
You're not talking about this union stuff again, are you?
Oh, you bet I am. What other option do we have?
Lou? No. Hell no. I've seen these movements come and go, kid. They don't change a thing except get us regular folks into even more trouble.
Yeah, hold up now. You sure about this, Lou?
Sure as one can be, Weaver. He's even coming after you. You know that. After all you've done for them.
The Union? I can't get into any more trouble.
None of this is your fault. They're supposed to protect us. But the only thing they care about is their bottom line. So we need to hit them where it hurts.
Hold your damn horses. Lou, what are you suggesting?
It's called industrial action. A way to protest through our work. Look around you. We're expendable. We barely have a say in our futures.
I admire your fire, kid. But this is too much. I can't risk this. I got family to look after. I'm out.
I need to think about this some more. But I appreciate that you care.
Damn it.
They're just scared, Lou. I know where you're coming from, but is this really the right thing to do? Dang. Lou, I gotta go. Hal's coming up. Talk soon.
Well, Rook, there has to be a point where enough is enough. And this is mine. I wanted the whole crew on board. But we can get support elsewhere. I'll contact the union. I hope you'll be with us when it counts. Lou out.
Right. So that's a part of the story that's kicked off, but not the part I was thinking about. So that does confirm my suspicions that it was all along the story chapters are tied to how far you have progressed with repairing the armadillo, not the ranks. Which is, if I'd figured that out 2 weeks ago, we'd be there by now. But I didn't, because it's me. So a bit slow sometimes. Right, I'm gonna do. It's 5 to midnight. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna leave it there actually. So I think that we should be able to finish this off. I think we should be able to finish this off next week. And if I can't finish it off in one stream, I'll just do 2. Or if it looks like we're getting close to the end of the story, I'll just keep going a little bit past midnight. Let's just see what equipment we can get. I'm at 17. I think, what was it, rank 18? The first thing that I can actually purchase is at rank 18. Wait. Oh, that's tether lifetime at 5 minutes. Should really get that. And the thrusters don't have any more brakes. Scanner. Extra 2 capsule for the scanner. And the demo charges. Wait, there's the one, that's 19, 19, 20, 18. So I can buy the thrusters at the next level so that I don't have to pay rental anymore for the thrusters. That's 133 LT. So if I get the tether lifetime improvement, 21 repair kits. What do we got with the laser cutter? Stinger range. Not really necessary. I don't tend to use the Stinger from far enough away for that to make any difference. There's no real reason for me to upgrade that at the moment. And I don't really need... I guess I could increase the fuel capacity on that. It's only 32 LT, so increase the fuel capacity. And wait, what's that? Oh, the range for the. Okay. Work certain improvements will leave until after I've purchased one of the things there. Auto deploy. Yep. Okay. Right. So I'm gonna. Oh, for God's sake! Sorry, my antivirus software going. Hey, we didn't find any threats. Good for you. That's. Can you like tell me that in a minute? So, excuse me. So we should be able to finish this off next week. Excuse me. And if I can't manage to finish it by the end of next stream, next Tuesday, which I might not be able to, I'll either continue that stream a little bit longer if I sense that we're getting close to the end, or I'll just do another stream the day after or something like that. But either way, we'll finish Shipbreaker off next week. And the week after, we'll be doing an Ember multi. Hopefully, as long as nothing goes wrong, or none of the guys have to sort of disappear somewhere or suddenly get called into work. We'll do an Ember multiplayer live stream the week after next, and then we'll be into other games for a while. I might play some Sea of Thieves, I guess, because the captaincy update for Sea of Thieves comes out soon, and I've been waiting 4 damn years for that. 4 years to be able to put the name of my ship on the ship and say, this is mine. My ship. Childish, I know. But then there's other things, we still need to go back and finish Space Crew. We still need to go back and finish off Far Changing Tides, which I love, so I really want to sort of finish that off, because that's only the work of like a stream or two to get all the way through that from beginning to end. But anyway, whatever. We'll continue this and finish it off next week. And in the meantime, thank you very much for joining me, Mordred, Spiff. It's good to see Fran again in here. Thank you very much, as always, my good friend HJ, and Geggs, and Bunny, and everybody else who joined us today, Vitali, and some other people who were here at the beginning. Thank you very much for all your support, as always. It's always great to have you guys all in here. And I can't wait, to show you the other stuff that we're sort of working on, the other games we've got coming up on the stream. But until next time, from Night's Arcade, this is Sleepless Night saying nighty-night.